Good morning, students. Yesterday we have completed two questions of your exercise 1.5, and today we are going to continue with the third question. Okay, so let me write it for you. So the next question, that is question number 3, is recall pi is defined as the ratio of circumference, say c, of a circle to its diameter, say d. That is, pi is equals to c upon d, ratio of circumference to diameter, that is c upon d. This seems to be contradict the fact that pi is irrational. Pi is written in the form of c upon d, no? Irrational number cannot be written in the form of p by q, but pi is written in the form of c upon d. So this seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. If it can be written in the form of p by q, then it no longer remains irrational, it will become rational. But we know pi is an irrational value, right? So this is a contradiction. So the next question is, how will you resolve this contradiction? So before moving to the main question, let us see how that pi came c by d. Now we know circumference of a circle is nothing but 2 pi r. Formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Let us denote this circumference as c, and twice r, twice radius is nothing but diameter, and this pi as it is. So what will be your pi? So let that pi be there only. Here d is in multiplication with pi. After coming this side, it will be in division. Here in multiplication, after coming this side, division. So your pi value becomes c upon d, that is circumference upon diameter. But this seems to contradict the fact that it is irrational. We know pi is irrational, but it is written in the form of c upon d. Irrational number cannot be written in the form of p upon q, where p and q both are rational numbers, if you remember. Okay, so how to resolve this contradiction? Now we have seen rational number divided by irrational number, or irrational number divided by rational number, the result is irrational only. Okay, the result is irrational only. So if either c or d, one of c or d is irrational, that's why pi is irrational, because this is the fact that pi is irrational, we know this. So to make this true, either c or d, one of c or d has to be irrational. Clear? Because we have seen yesterday in the previous lectures that rational number divided by irrational, or irrational divided by rational, the result is going to be irrational number. Okay, so if the result is irrational, our result is pi. In this operation, if you see, our result is pi. To get result irrational in division operation, either c or d has to be irrational. Okay, so in this division, either c or d is an irrational number, that's why pi is an irrational number. Okay, now how will you write this? In simple words, you will write this as we know, division of a non-zero rational number and an irrational number, or division of an irrational number and rational number is always an irrational number. Here pi is equal to C upon D. Therefore, there is no contradiction. Therefore, there is no contradiction, as either C or D are irrational. Either C or D are irrational. Therefore, pi is an, or hence pi is an irrational hence pi is an irrational number. Okay, so how you have written? As we know that division of non-zero rational and irrational number, or division of irrational and rational number, is always an irrational number. Here pi is equal to C by D. So therefore there is no contradiction, as either C or D are irrational, and hence pi is an irrational number. So now let us move to the next question. Next question is represent root 9.3 on the number line. Okay, now we have seen such questions before also, but inside root there is a decimal number. So but we don't need to make this question difficult. 9.3 is there inside, so take 9.3. So draw a segment equal to 9.3. This is 9.3. Then extend this line by 1 centimeter. BC is how much? 1. AB is 9 centimeter and BC is 1 centimeter. So total AC is how much? Total AC will be 10.3. Okay, now taking AC as diameter, draw a semicircle. Taking AC as a diameter, draw a semicircle. But to draw a semicircle we need a center. We know AC is diameter, so half of AC will be the radius. So first you bisect AC. To bisect AC, take more than half distance of AC in your compass. Take more than half distance of AC. Draw an arc above and below the line. Same way from C, point C. We are bisecting AC, so from A and C. From C, draw another arc. Okay, so like this you will get 2 points. Join those 2 points. Join those 2 points. That will be the bisector of AC. So wherever this line is meeting AC, that will be the midpoint of AC and center of our circle. Okay, so let us name it as X. So X is midpoint of AC. Now taking AX as radius, draw a semicircle. So take distance AX in your compass. Take distance AX in your compass. And draw a semicircle. Now draw 90-degree perpendicular, that is perpendicular from point B. So Draw a perpendicular from point B. So (90° we want. Okay. So draw this 90°. Let us give this point name as D. So this BD is your root 9.3. Distance BD is root 9.3. Now see here, represent this on number line it is asked. So draw a number line. Draw a number line. This is your number line. Now this distance BD is root 9.3, right? So take that distance in your compass. Take that distance in your compass. You can take that on scale also, no problem. But it is easier. So take that distance in your compass. Okay. So I have taken distance BD, that is root 9.3 in my compass. Now from where we start our distance measuring? From 0 only we start, no? So keep your compass on 0, on your number line 0, and mark this distance BD. And this point denotes root 9.3. Okay. Now if you notice, 3 is root 9, right? Root 9 is what? 3. So root 9.3 should be somewhere in front of 3, right? So it is in front of C. So let us name this point as X. X denotes root 9.3 on number line. Okay. Now in the next lecture we will see the last question of this exercise. Thank you and have a wonderful day.